Sadly, there are still some viruses that we as humans have still not found a cure for, one of them being AIDS. This image, taken in 1990 by photographer Teresa Frere, displays the final moments of David Kirby and his battle with AIDS. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, people either had never heard of HIV and AIDS or did not know a lot of information about the illnesses. This made the viruses frightening for people because they did not know how to deal with a person with it. At one point, it was even believed that just by touching a person with AIDS, they could contract the disease. The image demonstrates a parent's worst nightmare, the burden of dealing with their child dying. The expression of Kirby's father is tragic while he clutches his son for the last time. Holding David's head up, it appears he is trying to remind himself of what it was like to hold David as a baby. While we do not see her facial expression, we can tell that Mrs. Kirby is feeling the pain as well. Holding her son's hand, she looks as if she is trying to comfort her son as best as she can, given the situation she is faced with. The tragic part of the photo is David's face itself. The expression on his face shows the viewer the pain he is dealing with. His body appears weak and lifeless to the point that he can barely hold up his own hand. As the disease takes over his body, we see David with his mouth open, fighting for his last breath. Yet, not everything about this photo can be considered a tragedy. This image became famous when it was used for an advertisement by the Bennington Group, an Italian clothing company. With a donation to an AIDS charity and the consent of the Kirby family and Frere, the image helped promote AIDS awareness as well as Bennington's brand name. Today, we still do not have a cure for AIDS, but progress is being made. Medicine has been developed, and people who take it are capable of having normal functioning lives. Now that we know more about AIDS and ways of preventing it, actions need to be taken to continue the research for finding a cure. If people continue to support the cause, hopefully one day a cure will be found and families will no longer have to deal with the pain of losing a loved one to this horrendous disease.